guys, so welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm making a video about the benefits I experience personally from quitting coffee, and the reason why I'm making this video is because coffee is such a normalized part of society, but some people like myself are too sensitive to caffeine, and we are experiencing way more negative side effects to it than we realize. So, a little bit of my history with coffee. I have had sleep problems since I was like 14. So, it's been over 10 years that I have struggled with sleep in some capacity. And I have worked on it quite a bit. So, I have been a night owl. And I think that growing up, living with family, it was kind of my alone time when no one else was up and so on. So, I used to drink coffee 1 to 3 cups a day and also green tea several times a day. I don't remember how much green tea I used to have, but I used to have a lot of green tea as well. So, I think the idea of quitting caffeine first came to me when I saw this video from a professor. So he was asking his students whether they drink coffee or not, and there was a clear distinction in their answer between the group that came to class early / on time and the group that was late to class. And the group that was late to class was also the group that was drinking more coffee. Now, of course, we can think of it in terms of that maybe it's like the natural like body cycle and they have to drink coffee because they're like going against it and so on, and maybe there's some truth to it, but I decided to kind of reverse engineer this. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna drink coffee at least like for 1 or 2 months, and then I can drink coffee again if I want. And when I stopped drinking coffee, I replaced it with spearmint tea, because at the same time, coincidentally, I discovered spearmint tea and its benefits. I don't think you can drink it too often if you are a man, but you can if you're a woman. And even then, you do have to like control your consumption, as far as I know. But I think up to 5 cups is okay in a day. So once I did this, I realized that I naturally started feeling sleepy much earlier in the night. Usually my bedtime would be 2 a.m. and even at 2 a.m. I would not feel like going to sleep, and I would have to like kind of put myself to sleep, and I would be tossing and turning in bed. But now I literally start feeling sleepy at 10 p.m. or something like that, and I actually look forward to going to sleep, and I see sleep as relaxation because my body is not fighting sleep. But I think another thing that I did wrong with my caffeine consumption is that I work out in the evening and I would have coffee as pre-workout, and I don't think that was the smartest thing to do. And even if you decide to continue drinking caffeine, I don't think you're supposed to have caffeine past around 2 p.m. or something like that, because it stays in your system for like 10 hours, I think, if I'm not wrong. I actually increased my average sleep time from 6 hours to now over 9.5 hours. And I did nothing special. All I did was kind of quit caffeine. I think the only time I have caffeine now is sometimes in a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero. But I don't have energy drinks anymore. I don't even have green tea anymore. I have almost completely eliminated it from my life, and I don't miss it that greatly, to be honest. Another thing that helped me sleep more was just to give myself an extra hour to sleep, because I realized that with so many years of having this bad history with sleep, I have developed a little bit of sleep anxiety. And when I give myself exactly 8 hours to sleep, I put so much pressure on myself to immediately fall asleep. But I realized during this journey that when I naturally started feeling sleepy earlier in the day, I would naturally go to bed earlier in the day, and I would naturally sleep longer without having that pressure of, I must fall asleep right away or whatever. And that was great too. And And when I started naturally feeling sleepier in the evenings, I would kind of plan for that, and I would try to, do all my evening tasks early in the day. I think my major evening task that I kind of tend to procrastinate, and which sometimes pushes back my sleep time, is writing in my daily planner. It is a little bit of a stressor for me for some reason, even though it's been years that I've maintained a daily planner. So I realized that when I write my daily planner somewhere in the middle of the day or like earlier in the day, I tend to go to sleep much earlier. I mean, I also do notice a difference in my sleep quality when I take melatonin. It definitely helps me sleep much better. Recently, I've also started taking ashwagandha every day, but I think it's too soon to tell a difference. It's actually really ironic that I'm recording this video today, because today I actually did not sleep very well because I got hooked onto a video I was watching on YouTube last night, and I was like, I must finish this video. And it was like, it had like 2 parts, and each part was around 2 hours each. So yeah, that was not very smart of me. So I have experienced so many benefits from quitting caffeine and sleeping more. Like, it is genuinely changing the chemistry of my brain. If you think that 6 hours is enough for you, that's great. I also thought that, because I think that is like the acceptable sleep amount in Indian culture. Like, I remember when I was in 12th grade, and I would watch these videos on how to make a study plan and all. They would always allocate 6 hours for sleeping, and this was for like 17-18-year-old children. I think everyone needs a different amount of sleep, especially women. Women need more sleep than men. And sleeping more has made me so much more creative. I process my emotions so much better. I actually was feeling like so emotionally sensitive when I first started sleeping a good amount, and like I feel like I am processing years worth of trauma, like just from sleeping more. I am way more willing to step outside my comfort zone. I finally started investing, which I have been planning on doing for years now, and I never got around to it. It was actually so simple. All I had to do was go on my bank app, and I started this YouTube channel. I actually spend my free time doing art and craft. I gift my family members bookmarks, and I do think that it is because I get to sleep more. Another benefit I have experienced from quitting caffeine and sleeping more is that I am barely ever sore from the gym anymore. Like, it rarely ever happens that I'm sore, except my hamstrings. For some reason, my hamstrings get sore almost every single time. But yeah, like, it has really, really helped my recovery from the gym. And recently, my knees and my ankles started hurting, which they don't hurt anymore. And I do think it's because I'm sleeping more. So that was a little bit about caffeine and the dangers of caffeine, even though it is normalized in society. And this might not apply to you, but I just wanted to make this video in case it does. Maybe try quitting caffeine and see what it does for you. I mean, my workouts are definitely way more chill now, but I rather take that 2 extra hours of sleep than like a more intense workout, personally, for myself. But you make your own decisions. Okay, thanks for listening. See you in the next video. Bye.